Hi, welcome to the Monthly Skinny, where we dig into the most recent numbers from the Twin Cities housing market. I'm David Arbit, Research Manager for 10K Research and the Minneapolis Area Association of Realtors. Let's start with buyers. Pending sales, or the number of signed purchase agreements, were up 8.1% to 4,222. Closed sales were up 14.5% to 4,667. On the seller side of the equation, new listings were up a notable 19.3%, which marks the sixth consecutive month of year-over-year increases in seller activity. While overall seller activity was up 19.3%, traditional seller activity was actually up 42.6%. We saw steep declines in both foreclosure and short sale new listings. This is starting to feel like a pattern, and it's a welcomed pattern. Educated buyers continue to monitor seller activity closely in anticipation of additional choices. Inventory is still thin, but the year-over-year declines seem to have slowed lately. Metro-wide, the number of homes for sale fell 7.1% from last year to 15,968 units. Inventory remains near a 10-year low. Multiple offers are still quite common, so serious buyers need to come out swinging because the season likely depends on it. At $195,000, the median sales price rose 11.7% compared to last September. That marks 19 straight months of year-over-year median price gains. What's driving this, you ask? Less supply, more demand, and an improving sales mix. What's fueling demand? Still affordable interest rates, as well as home prices, an improving labor market, and rising rents. The possibility of further increases in mortgage rates and prices is also fueling buyer demand. There are 3.6 months supply of inventory in the metro. More often than not, sellers are getting offers that are more in line with asking prices than in the past. On average, sellers receive 96.5% of their original list price at the point of sale, the highest September ratio since 2005. That's the Twin Cities Skinny for this month. Check back next month for the latest.